difficulties earlier, so I had to go offline. For those of you who have missed it, it's now 21-15 in the 58th minute here in Edinburgh. Stuart Hogg's second try of the game. And we were looking for Finn Russell to convert. Finn Russell kicking about 22 meters out from the right side. And he misses. So once again, score is now 21-15. South Africa over Scotland. That last 10 minutes of that second half was pretty nasty. I think everybody was watching it wherever you're at. We looked pretty bad. Bomb squad. How's it, bro? Yeah, sorry, had some technical difficulties earlier. Sorry, couldn't keep the live feed going because it kept freezing up on me on my iPad here. So, yeah, those of you just joining once again, 21-15 was 10-8 at halftime. Yeah, man, I kind of thought we were going to pull away when it was 21-10 there. I thought maybe we'd get a little chance. Good thing on Mumpipi for getting 2 tries for the game. It looks like the bomb squad's already out there. Who do we got running back to the ball right now? Tundre Pollard is in. Gets no support. Some lack in defense, which we cannot be having against a team like this because they can score. And they get the penalty. We're not releasing the ball. Oh, no, came in from the side. That looks like. But, yeah, 21-15, very kickable position. Oh, he goes for 5. Hogg kicks it out at the 5-meter. We will have a line out at the 5-meter line. We will see how this goes. Once again, 60th minute in, 21-15. Springboks over the Scottish right now. We get the line out. Koch with the ball. Goes down. They're trying to push to get possession. We've got it. Jakovis Ranak back. So it looks like both. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's time, right? We got less than 20 minutes left in the game. Bring them on, man. Let them get some of that magic out there. Lud de Jager coming on for Franco Mustert right now. So we will have de Jager. Congratulations, Franco, 50th cap. It's nothing to bat an eye at, especially with we've seen the fickle nature of some of these Springbok selections. Showman out, so the Safa boy out, Ashman in, McNally out. If any of you guys kind of watch some of these scrums. Yeah. Sorry, man, just had some difficulties a bit earlier. It wasn't, everything kept freezing up on the iPad here, and it was just, I was like bugger all there towards the end, so... This has become a real interesting one, though. I'd like to see us get another try. I mean, it'd be cool to see Mumpipi. Man, but I love my Apple products. I can't help it, man. I'm not really a brand snob, but it's just what I like. I use iPhone. This is the Mrs. iPad. I have an Apple Watch. She actually, I think she won this, and she won my Apple Watch at a company party. So, yeah, my kiddo has an iPhone as well, and I use it just for security because I can always see what she's doing on it. You gotta watch out these days, especially when you've got a teenage daughter. A lot of creepy dudes out there, so... Oh, let's see how this... I mean, These scrums should be really one-sided at this point. Oh, speak of the devil. Here comes Stein out onto the pitch. Rossi giving him a last few little minute words of encouragement, advice. I'm pretty sure, like, I've heard it all, coach. Let me get in and do my thing. I'm ready to go. God, what a solid scrum we've got. I'm so proud of our scrummaging abilities. Jakob Bisrunuk to Krill. To Pollard. They're going to say it was knocked forward. Man, that would have been cool though if Mapimpi had. Yeah, he just doesn't really. Your feed is a bit delayed. I'm at 64 minutes now, if you want to know what time I'm at. 21-15 the score. Yeah, man, Willie LaRue has just had handling issues like crazy lately, and I don't know if maybe that Japan style ball, or maybe it's just not, hands just aren't getting set enough. But as we've seen of recent, none of those issues with Stan. And if he does have handling issues, he corrects them extremely fast. You're at 62. Okay, so you are 2 minutes. Well, about a minute and 2.5 minutes behind me. A penalty here. We've got Pollard kicking at the 64th minute. Yeah, you're right on. You're just slightly behind me. Oh, I will do my best. I will do my best. Oh, there he is, the man with the ball. Stand with the ball. Reinach with the kick forward, and they call for it. God. You want to get in a kicking match, that is not the guy. Do not get one with Stan, because he's going to beat you all day. Damn. I think it's just so great to see that guy that age still being able. Yeah, dude, that was a absolutely pathetic kick. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Like it's so interesting to watch somebody like staying out there, because it's like he is an older guy. Like he's 36 years old, and it's like in the sport of rugby, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. Our kicking is horrible today. But like in the sport of rugby, you don't like usually have like that long of a shelf life. I mean, it's people always ask here like, hey, it's like American football. If you're a running back, you're usually your shelf life is you hit 30 and you're done. Score currently is 21-15, sir. 21-15 in the 66th, about to be 67th minute. But it's like Stan, it's like he's still. I mean, I wouldn't say it's the fountain of youth, but like he's still able to go out there. I mean, even you could say the same thing about Dwayne Vermeulen. Yeah, he hasn't been a top form or anything, but it's something about the Springboks, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember he was on the '07 team. I mean, it was, yeah, and it's like it's just something about, because you don't see this on a lot of teams. Like, yeah, Alan Wynne Jones, look at what's happening to him now. Like, his body is completely breaking down now. Like, he should have probably retired a year ago. But, I mean, when you have two shoulder issues within a couple of months, that's, it's time. Hey, it's time to hang up the boots, man. It's time to head to the sheds for one last time. And you just don't see that a lot. You don't see a lot of these guys that make it to the end of that and still have shelf life. I mean, Morningstain, he could have still played too. He just decided. Yeah, he does. He moves like he's still, 20, 24, 25 years old. But you can look at his face and you can look at his actions and you look at the way he reads the field. He reads it like, because he's been out there for so long. And it's good to have to know that you have that kind of veteran leadership. So all right, good, 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 good. Ollie Campbell coming on for Scotland, another Safa boy coming out onto the pitch. Well, boys, I don't think there's any question as to whether these logos are painted on. If you look at the white shorts of our jerseys, most of them are blue or green right now at this point. Mrs. just came in. It is a little chilly here, so yeah, I mean, why aren't we putting up 50 or 60 points on teams like the All Blacks do? I know we don't play the same style of game as they do, but we should. We should be putting up 40, 50 points. It kind of makes me think, man, why don't we just play Namibia once or twice a year or Zimbabwe just to run it through? Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, we're beating them a lot better than Australia did last weekend, but we all know Australia is rubbish, so the Wallabies are rubbish. Um, yeah, I kind of wanted to do a whole video about that and the Quade Santini Cooper thing and the Karevi and how it's like they pretty much like, you get guys like De Klerk is out, Sneeman is out, Dutoy is out, but like, Cheslin Colby is sort of out, but it's like, yeah, I mean, hey, look, if it makes you feel any better, you talk about New Zealand. Oh, we got. Oh, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. Stane's about to kick from about 48 meters out. That guy is money. We're starting to pull away now, guys. We're starting to pull away now. It was just a matter of time. No, but I watched the USA beat Scotland in Houston. I bring it up all the time. It was a pretty hilarious, pretty fun. It was just a great time to be there. As a Yeah, he's doing it, man. He's I can't believe 48 meters, and it looked like it was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this in my sleep. I'll, like he's just still, and I mean, it's not like he's staying in the back and he's not taking hits. He's in there in the mix. It's just I think he just protects himself a lot better, probably just because of age. He knows exactly, hey, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. But then you see him in the interviews, and it's like he still just sounds like a young dude. He's just happy to be, out there in the jersey and getting his time. And we've got Scott off. They're bringing their center in. Hastings is coming out for Scotland. Anybody just joining? 27:15, 72nd minute in. I mean, I didn't think we had any chance of losing this game whatsoever. I mean, it's not. Yeah, he can kick, man. He can kick really, really well. Stan is that's kind of been like the, you know, throughout this entire Northern tour. There's been two guys that have really impressed me a lot, and he's one of them. Uh, the other has been Mapimpi. Like that guy has become so invaluable as a player. He's such a great, great guy to have on the team. He's exciting. He's young. He's fast. He always wants to score, and it's like you enjoy that. And then I can't go without saying our centers with Dialende and Lucio have just been, you know, they're like if it was a book, they'd be on the same page, same chapter, same word all the time. They just work so well together. But not to take away from Scotland, Stuart Hogg is a great guy. Yeah, I have gone and watched a lot of his highlight videos, man. Like that guy is he's got a lot of long kicks. I think another one that I've really enjoyed watching highlight videos of, a guy I haven't seen a whole lot of. He played earlier in his career, but like Johan Husen, like that guy's world class too. He just hasn't had his call up yet, and right now he's injured, obviously. But I think he would be a great option at fly half for us as well. Because it just seems that Yankees just isn't always there. Like he's there sometimes, but not really. And then Pollard, I know he's the highest paid player on the planet, but sometimes I kind of wonder, like, why is he the highest paid player on the planet? Yeah, like if you want some real entertainment, go look at Friend Stan's Wikipedia page and look at the photo that he has as a photo. It was from like his early 20s. He doesn't even look like the same person anymore. But it's like you've got nothing against the guy because he's just a good competitor, focused. What do we got? We got Vermeulen off for Jasper. Vise coming in. Oh, they get their line out. Yeah, here comes our defense just smothering these guys. I don't know what it is about the way we line up, but we just line up so well. Like we don't leave a lot of holes, and I don't know if that's just our defensive strategy. We never leave holes for anything. Like you're not gonna get a clean break. You're gonna have to get lucky to get through us. Quagga Smith coming in trying to get the turnover. No dice. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to knock. I think Finn Russell's a great player. It's just he's definitely, um, it doesn't work. It doesn't work against this. But I mean, you're looking at I'm watching the overhead view on the replay here. You can just see we just line up just perfectly. Like we don't leave any like seams. If there is an open spot, we can cover it quickly with speed, and it's good to see that. And I think that's what I like about our game. It's like if you want to see heaps of offense, go watch the All Blacks. But if you want to see some good set pieces, good lineups, good defense, yeah, yeah. So if anybody plans on watching, I know it's pretty late on the other side of the globe there, especially in South Africa, New Zealand. I'm really wondering about this New Zealand Ireland game coming up, just because it's going to be a big one. Ireland has beaten New Zealand a couple of times in the last 5 or 6 years, and be interesting to see. 77th minute in. should be a straightforward one, and we will double up on these guys. Okay, so it's still early in the day. Okay, one of the guys that I talked to via WhatsApp, he works a night job, so he's tired right now, and he's good. Yeah, I'm gonna probably switch over to that. I'm not gonna go live for it, but I am gonna watch New Zealand Ireland just because that is going to be a huge, huge game. I don't. I don't know if I necessarily understand Fozzie's. Hey, Josh, man, I hope you're doing all right, dude. I know you're ready to go to bed, bro. I just talking about you a moment ago, how you've been up all night, man. Um, I don't know if I really understand what Fozzie's doing down there with the ABs, just because he never keeps a consistent lineup. And I know there's injuries, and I know there's this and that, whatever. But it's like, if you're trying to build something going forward, you need to find what you have and try to stick to it. Um, you have so many utility backs on that team. You've got, so many guys that can do so many things, and it's just you kind of got to start solidifying it. So everybody's exhausted. Yeah, you can see Scotland. They're done. They're done. You got Etzebeth looking like it's another walk. Oh, man of the match, Ibn Etzebeth. Not my man of the match. I think I already know who my man of the match is going to be. Line out for the Springboks. We've got Malcolm Marks getting ready to load it in. Ebenetzebeth gets it. Nice maul going. We're not getting too much movement. I think it's just more about burning off the clock. We've got 10 minutes left in the game. There goes the siren. Oh, man. Yeah, that's the game, guys. Sorry about a bit of the technical difficulties there in this first half. It was I was having a lagging feed, and I think it was kind of showing because people couldn't hear me or see me. But we have a victory, gentlemen. 30-15, the final. My man of the match is going to be Mumpipi for his two tries. It's been a while since we could say we've had two tries from the same guy in a game. Everybody's shaking hands. Oh yeah, of course, all the Safa boys are coming up real quick to thank their country counterparts. Oh man, but this was an early morning for me. I had to get up at 6:30 for this one in the AM. Mrs. got up to turn on the heater. I think she went back to sleep, or she's probably just in her room chilling. But yeah, my man of the match, Makazole Mapimpi. Great game overall. We played pretty garbage and that's pretty rubbish in the second half of that first half, but we really came out in the second half and really established our dominance early. Let everybody know, hey, this is how we do our thing. Kebble Ali Kebble with his platinum blonde hair there. There he is, Eben, the big man. Just another day at the office for that guy. I don't even think that was really a strong Australia though. Like bringing in Kurtley Beale, like it's just I don't know, man. Like I think that like trying to cement it. I mean, we've got to get some more points, but I'm really not worried about it. Like I think if you take, I think the top four in the world are interchangeable at any given time. Uh, I mean, I remember Ireland was one for like 2 or 3 weeks at one point, and Wales has been pretty high up there a few times as well. So, um, I think we're doing just fine. I think the program's moving in the right direction. I think we're really solidifying what we need to solidify. There's obviously some big question marks going in to the next. Yeah, it was an experienced team. I think Australia personally didn't. I don't think we got a. I don't think they got a rusty Springbok squad. I think they got a Springbok squad. Yeah, I guess you could say rusty. Just not a lot of games played, not a whole lot of time taking that year off during COVID. Yeah, we had the gold and green or the yellow and gold game or whatever, but that's not really the same. You've got to play those international matches to really keep your squad going forward. So yeah, I mean, we've obviously got a lot bigger questions to answer. I mean, I'd love to have Sneeman back in. Obviously, we need Dutoy back. Yeah, Golden Green. Yeah, sorry about that. Damn, you can tell if they're doing the post game interview with Eben right now. You can tell how many times that guy's nose has been broken just by the bridge of his nose. There is my pimpy. Yeah, it just looks like another day at the office. I believe that Ireland could win too. I feel like the ABs are just kind of just they've been playing a lot of weak teams too. I mean, playing like Tonga and I mean Fiji's not that bad, but playing like the USA, like that was just a gimme. Playing Ireland, like Italy, um, I know going into the next World Cup, a lot of people are saying France is a favorite. I don't think so. I think they'll make a deep run, but I think the Southern Hemisphere dominance in the sport will continue for the foreseeable future. I just until they can get more players poached going up north. Um, it's just yeah, like I'd love to see a Northern Hemisphere team, and it's cool. I mean, there's only been one, obviously. '03, Johnny Wilkinson, Jason Robinson. That team was solid as crap. Clive Woodward, the coach, Sir Clive Woodward, and that's it, man. I mean, it's been a Southern Hemisphere dominated sport since the offset in '87, and that's why I am such a big Southern Hemisphere guy. Just because it's just the brand of rugby is so much better. Obviously, with you do see the occasional northern team do well. England will do well. Wales will do well occasionally. Ireland, France will do occasionally well. But it's just yeah, man. Like you just don't see it. Like even look at a team like Scotland. How many Safa guys they have? They've got a Tongan on their team. I mean, you look at Ireland. They've got a Kiwi on their team. England, multiple Pacific Island guys on the team. It's like if you want the best, you go south of the equator, man. That's as the Jackals are putting team together, that's how I'm debating on how well they are. How many guys do you have south of the equator? That's what determines if you're a great team or not. They have beaten New Zealand back in '87. That tour, or '86, '87. That tour that they did down to New Zealand. I saw that in a documentary called "By the Balls." If you guys can find it, I know it's on YouTube. It's about that 84, 85, 86, 87 All Blacks team, the Rebel tour that they did to South Africa as the Cavaliers or Cavaliers, whatever you want to call it. David Kirk, you got Sir Buck Shelford, everybody, John Kerwin, all those guys are in it. Grant Fox, all those guys. And, you kind of see that in 1987, the All Blacks were not in a good place mentally, and they still ended up winning. Yeah, yeah, you have one in the north. You've got Australia twice, South Africa three times, New Zealand three times, and England once. So it's an interesting little game. Honestly, the reason I think personally, and take in mind, I live in America. I'm a North American product. I've been south of the equator quite a bit. I think it's the culture of the sport in the southern hemisphere. I don't think it's the same up here, but I think it's also in the northern hemisphere. You have a lot more competition as far as what are big popular sports. We have, especially here in America, but you have football is obviously, soccer is obviously much bigger, money wise. You got the Premiership, you've got La Liga, you've got all the big ones. And I just think that, because even if you look at Italy, who has a tier one rugby team, I mean, they're pretty bad, but, you ask the typical Italian, hey, what do you think about rugby? Oh, yeah, that's what the bad kids play, you know? And I think with the Southern Hemisphere, it's just built into the culture, because I mean, you got to think about a game like rugby, and you got to think about like a country like South Africa. It's not an easy place to grow up, regardless. Yeah, it is culture, and it's rough and tough in South Africa. Like, it's not an easy place to grow up, and football does. It dominates Europe. Like, you ask 99.9% of Europeans, it's football, it's soccer. That's their big sport. And I think in South Africa, it just says a lot about the culture of the country that the sport is so big. And something personally, as a half South African, when you look at the history of this, and for a lot of people, what it used to stand for, and then when things changed politically, it still meant something. I'm proud to look at the Springboks and realize it's not just, oh, it's a no, it's not a white guy's game. It's everybody's game. And that's what makes it better, like if you look at the Springboks, you've got everything. You've got blacks, whites, coloreds, you've got Italians, you've got everything on the team, and it is a they call it the Rainbow Nation, and it's represented through the team as well. It is a very Rainbow Nation team. And it's not just, oh, the white guys are good, and no, everybody on the team contributes. And I think when they put on this jersey, they realize it's not about this, it's about this. So, but it's just, yeah, it's just great though to see the South Africans doing well, to see Southern Hemisphere. Like I said, dude, I don't even care if Australia comes out of it and is better, cool, right on. It's better for the Southern Hemisphere. If you've got a good Australia, good New Zealand, good South Africa, it's great for everyone. Um, but I think also, I really, really hope that some of these Pacific Island nations too can try to get on board at some point. I know it's not going to happen because they're broke, they have no money, and it's like, man, hopefully with Moana Pacifica joining Super Rugby next year, we'll get to see some more of these Pacific Island boys stay closer to home to play. But do I think somebody had asked a moment ago about MLR? Do I think the MLR can make a difference? Yes, it is. And it is making a difference. Obviously, we've done really horribly, as the U.S. and Canada have this year, but it is the right way going forward. It's all about getting in the players, the coaches. Obviously, any of you guys that are South African know Heineke Meyer is going to be managing Houston this next year. And I think that's you know, going forward, that's going to definitely be the best thing going forward for us is having a professional competition here in the U.S. and just continue to watch it grow. But yeah, thanks, Uther. Have a good one, man. Um, and it's just, yeah, it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good league coming up. I will be at the games this year, obviously, with the Dallas Jackals, and just hoping that it kind of becomes more and more, you know, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, the MLS, when it started, was a joke, and now it's somewhat considered a respectable league. Obviously, not compared to European counterparts, but it's not a bad league to watch and be a part of. So anybody that's kind of stepping in, anybody that's wanting to know, final score 30-15, Mapipi with 2 tries, bit of kicking issues. Friend Stain with a monster 48-meter kick, which is going to become maybe something he is. Yeah, cheers, bro. Cheers, bad donkey, all that kind of thing. I have a shirt that says, I saw a shirt that said buy a donkey. That's how it was. But yeah, I'm gonna sign off for now, guys, and get ready to watch this New Zealand game coming out. But thank you guys for coming in the second half. Sorry about the difficulties in the first. And I hope everybody has a great weekend. I'll do my recap video here shortly, but I'm probably going to go lay down for a bit before the before the New Zealand game. But cheers, guys. Thanks for coming out. Like always, I really do appreciate it, guys. Hope everyone has a great rest of your weekend.